Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the Season 3 finale in the Wigan Athletic career mode. I just want to say what a series this has been so far, and the potential of this series in the upcoming seasons is just insane. It really is. You're about to witness some of the best football you've seen in the entirety of the series so far. You're about to see how strong this team is. You're about to see how this team can play, how well they can play together. There is a few things I need to go through though. My capture card just absolutely shot sort of midway through making this episode, and all of the audio is completely gone from my mic. So a lot of this was me actually speaking, playing the games live, but now it's going to have to be me doing a voiceover. I do apologise for that, I really do. It's not my problem. Well, it is my problem, but I just didn't know my capture card was going to do that, sadly. So I'm still trying to get that sorted, but I hope you enjoy the episode anyway. Season finale, it's full of drama, it's full of goals especially. There are so many goals scored. And roll on Season 4. Hope you enjoy it. Straight into January we go then. Zach Loveface joins us on loan from Atlanta for the remainder of the season. And this is mainly due to Ricky J. Jones being out for the rest of the season with that ACL injury. We've been dealing pretty well so far. Obviously, Gelher joined us too, who kind of helps in that attacker role off the bench especially, but we needed a proper striker in. Baba Adiko, unfortunately, does leave us just to make a bit of money, bit of space. He's went to Stoke City for 1.4 million. It's a transfer. It was really hard to do. It was really hard to get my head around doing it. But we had to let him go just for that money, sadly. He wasn't growing in rating, basically. And since the last games, we've drew to Leicester 1-1. We've lost to Manchester United 3-1, lost to West Ham 2-1. Got a big draw against the Toon, though, 3-3. That would have been mint to be able to see sort of what happened in that game and who scored in them games. But yeah, not the best of form since that cup win against Borough. Next in the cup, though, we had to have Huddersfield, didn't we? It's just like, it's a yearly thing. It's a tradition to play against Huddersfield. No matter what league we're in, we're going to play against them. Huddersfield unfortunately had us in the FA Cup here in that next round. They've actually kind of nice to in a way with these FA Cup games so far in this season, but we just absolutely dismantle them every single time. I've now played them in every season of this career mode, and it just gets more and more fun. I don't know what it is about playing them. I actually don't know why they're so bad. I've not actually played against a team that is this bad in career mode before. I score like 5+ goals per game against them. We actually broke a championship record against them last season, scoring 9 goals, and that was actually to beat Wigan's current record-holding goal-scoring game of, I think it was 8-0, and we'll beat them 9-1. So yeah, absolutely mental. But as you can see in these highlights, we do bring Lovelace on pretty late on the game, and just look what he can do. Holy shit! On his debut, off the bench, that is absolutely mesmerising. Lovely bit of dribbling around the goalkeeper, and pretty late on in the game, we've just absolutely took it by storm. Suslov, bang! Have some of that. Player of the season by far, this guy's been well worth the money of 10.4 million. 86 minutes in, we're 6-0 up already. Suslov does not care what is in front of him. He's going to get the graft done. He absolutely grafts his arse off for this team, and it's amazing to see. I brought Campbell off the bench pretty late on into the game, and he's just going to bury a pass into Ascot. He's going to bury it into the back of the net just to make sure Huddersfield are 6 foot under at this point. They've conceded so many goals against us, man. Look at this. Absolutely amazing performance. And Lovelace actually gets man of the match in his debut there. Very promising stuff going ahead towards the end of the season, with only Joseph obviously being our only striker at the minute. Next game up against Stockport in the FA Cup. It's the episode of the FA Cup, yeah. I did say at the very start of the season I wanted a good cup run. As long as I survive the Prem, we'll have a good cup run. That's all I kind of wanted, and like I said, they've niced with a lot of these fixtures so far. Don't worry, the Prem teams are coming, but they've niced with the fixtures so far, so I've been able to sort of rotate the team a lot in these games, which is helping sort of like for stamina within the Premier League games, which is helping us pick up the results that we need, basically. The results that we need in the Prem, the points that we need. I mean, a 3-3 draw against Newcastle is huge. But yeah, the football's way too easy against teams like this now, and it's really good to see how we've built upon ourselves. A team like Stockport might have actually been a challenging game 3 seasons ago. Now it's just, we absolutely rinse them for everything that they have. and play football like this. I love playing it as well, because some people might think this is boring, just scoring this many goals and it being this easy, but it's fun. I get to use the players like you never would. Keanu Dyer, just a simple pass like that, getting that ball into Gelhardt there is unbelievable stuff. That pass just splits the defenders. It's absolutely perfect into the feet of Gelhardt. Can we just talk about Keanu Dyer as well, whilst we're at it? How amazing is he? How good is he? I think every episode now I've just been on about how good he is since we brought him in. I'm definitely going to try and sign him permanently next season, do not worry. But the statistics just keep flying for all these players, man. Also, Sam Tickle is going to go flying in this episode, up to an 80 overall, which is huge. We hit a bad run of form in between them cup games. I just wanted to show that. Villa, Brighton, Brentford beating us. We also drew to Leeds 1-1. In our next big Premier League game, and it's Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. It was a 0-0 game at the Brick Community Stadium earlier in the season, I think in the last episode. And Kyle Joseph's going to bury himself straight into that away end, man. Straight into it. What an unbelievable start this is at Stamford Bridge. I was holding most of the ball as well. I just couldn't believe how well we're playing. Gelhardt with an absolute firecracker into the back of the net. Only 30 minutes played and we're 2-0 up here. Unbelievable stuff. And I did just want to show a little replay of the goal here. Adarabioyo, I've had your life, son. What are you doing? Head first into that ball, really? Head first? Unbelievable finish, though. We can't take any credit away there. Jumping straight into the next FA Cup game, we've got Liverpool at Anfield. Off to a smashing start here. Devine somehow doesn't get taken down from Van Dijk, and he does the Roberto Firmino celebration in front of the Kop end. It's unbelievable stuff, but late on, and it always will be like this against the big Prem sides, late on. We're held on this entire game, then Cody Gakpo in the near 80th minute just buries one in, and we got nothing in extra time either, so it goes down to penalties, which I always hate. I despise penalties. Memphis Depay burying one there. They've got Donnarumma in net as well. Unbelievable signing, by the way, to replace Alisson long term. It's not a bad one at all. Massive chance for Tickle to shine as well, especially. He's never really been in a penalty shootout. I'd imagine we've been training him on it. I don't see the training, but I hope I have been. Very good 2 penalties to start things off, and Trent steps up. A right back taking a pen this early is crazy, but Tickle ends up saving, and it gives us a bit of hope. I've got like a glamour of hope, but Chem Campbell, oh god. I mean, he sent the keeper the wrong way as well. It just doesn't go well for me. He sent the keeper the wrong way, and he's still not put it into the back of the net. It's so unfortunate. Kyle Joseph just bury him on over the top of the bar, and that just knocks us out of the FA Cup right there. Unfortunately, we cannot get past Liverpool, but a quarter-final finish when the board wanted us to reach the round of 16 is basically all I asked for, and it would have been so nice to go even further, but we will be back. Liverpool, we will be back. I will beat you eventually. Straight into the next Prem game then, I was given a youngster who's only 16, Greaves, his very first game in the team. He had nearly scored one there. That should class as an assist, in my opinion. I'm not going to lie to you. But yet again, I just wanted to play against Burnley because they were only like 17th in the league, and I was like, I'm not going to sim it. I'm not going to risk dropping points against a team like this. I want to play it, get the goal difference up, get the points in, trying to have a very solid stay end to this season, which we're already sort of doing. By recent results at least, but Suslov yet again at it, just scoring absolute bangers. Look at this from Joseph, by the way. He's a striker playing like an attacking midfielder. It's unbelievable stuff. And Suslov, what a finish that is again. Love this celebration. We've seen it a few times this season. It's such an iconic celebration at this point. Gelhardt has just developed this team so well, as Suslov buries his hat-trick there. Gelhardt's been incredible, by the way. What a sign in January he's been. What a shout from I think it was Hugh. I think Hugh told us to sign Gelhardt in the comment section, I'm pretty certain. But Gelhardt's just been exceptional. He's like Divine and Asgard mixed into one. It's class. You can't ask for much more than that. Suslov getting a match ball. It's such good scenes. Total attempts free. Goals free. I don't know how Joseph gets man of the match over him, but yeah, it is where it is. Greaves got a 9.9 in his debut there as well. Very nice to see. Next up then, the Etihad, and look at this start. What is going on there? My eyes, I just can't. Oh no, Andy's grittying. Kyle Joseph, mate, get it in the bin. But look at that, we take the lead at the Etihad. It's unbelievable stuff. And just before the half, watch this. Keanu Dyer splitting the defender. Suslov off the post and in. And just before half-time, we'll take a 2-0 lead for an unbelievable finish at the Etihad Stadium. We'll finally beat one of the bigger teams this season. Beating Chelsea, beating City. It's class. And I just wanted to throw this in here, Sam Tickle, because you don't see many highlights of him. Look at that. A double stop there just to keep that clean sheet in the end of things. Kyle Joseph back-to-back man-of-match performances. As you can see, Woodhouse getting a bit more game time now in the team as well. He's only 17, which is just so good to see the development. Alright then, after that we've got a draw against Spurs, a win against Palace and a win against Arsenal going into our last game of the season here against Nottingham Forest away from the Brit Community Stadium. Suslov off to a firing start. I did say I wanted a very good end of the season. Incredible stuff to draw against Tottenham, beat Palace, beat Arsenal. That is just amazing. What an end to the season we're going to have here. Yet again, can I just say, Patterson, such an effective player on our right hand side. That's a right back playing that ball in, by the way. And Gelhardt has done amazingly with his header there as well. Kyle Joseph passing the ball around. Like I said, he's like Keanu Dyer, but a striker version. It's just class. 63 minutes in, we're taking the piss. Wigan boys taking the piss. That's all we are. Next to the away end as well, it's glorious seeing Suslov bury him on into the back of the net. And he's going to end up completing the hat-trick yet again, I'm pretty certain. Keanu Dyer, look at this, could have easily passed it off, goes himself to the near post. Keeper didn't expect that one, did he? Keanu Dyer trying to do the Cole Palmer, then runs into a fucking sign. Amazing from him. Suslov, can I just say, little 1-2. Oh my god. I mean, give him a contract extension already. Extend it already, and this is his very first season. With a 5-0 there to complete the hat-trick. Then he's going to go ahead and do this in the 88th minute. Touch again. Woodhouse scores his first Premier League goal of the season. The 17-year-old, absolutely amazing. What a way to end the season that is. Absolutely incredible. 3 goals from Suslov again with that hat-trick. Somehow doesn't get man of the match. 2 hat-trick games cancelled out with being man of the match. I don't know how. I do not know how. Gelhardt's good, but come on. And that is officially the end of the very first Premier League season with Wigan Athletic. What a very successful career mode this has been so far, and I just cannot wait for this to go even further. I did not expect us to play like this season, and bearing in mind I've simulated a lot of the games, you've only seen a handful of the highlights in these games, and yeah, we could have done even better if I'd have just stuck to playing all of them. But this is how we're looking. Arsenal finally win the league title for the first time in what, since 2004 I think it is, so a very long time. 20 odd years I think that'll be. There's your top 4, very plain and simple, and we have finished 10th. 16 wins, 8 draws, 14 games lost, 69 goals scored, which is, like, what, 3rd best? Joined 3rd best in the league? That's incredible. 50 goals against. Yeah, I suppose the defence is a little bit weak. And games like that, the Liverpool game especially, where we just got absolutely hammered early on this season, that's not going to help, but it's not too bad. We end up with a goal difference of 19 and 56 points in total, literally 1 win away from being literally on the verge of European football there, so it's really not a bad season at all. The team has just gelled well together. I know what to say, and you've probably heard a lot throughout this, but the team has just gelled so well, chemistry wise. You know, I've been able to keep a lot of the players that have been out from the start. Obviously, players like Adiko were sold in January, I think just to make a bit of money and to get him some game time elsewhere. He wasn't playing that much with us this season. So that's way off too, but you know what it is? We won nearly half of the games, which is just insane. It's an incredible start, and the board objective was just to survive, just to live in the Premier League for another season, and we've done more than that. We've done a lot more than that. We've finished bang on halfway. It's an incredible finish, it really is. The lower down we go, the more sort of, yeah, expect these to happen. Fulham literally go down on a 2-goal difference, which is crazy. Leicester go down, and Leeds. I knew Leeds would be going down. Their team just isn't good enough. They haven't really built their team since coming up. They were a bit of a pain to play against last season in the Championship, of course, but we're not going to be playing them again this season coming. But yeah, honestly, what a successful first season that is. It's that time of the episode. Let's have a look at the statistics for the whole season. So, I mean, Sam Tickle only missed 2 games, and that was 2 games that I ended up playing Harry Tyra in, but I think the rest of them cup games were just because I played Prem sides, like Liverpool and that. So did we have Chelsea in the cup? I can't remember, but we definitely had Liverpool there. I think Manchester United might have. But yeah, the only reason Tyra didn't play that much is because we just had too many good teams to play against. But Sam Tickle, 13 clean sheets, it's not so bad, is it? You got 11 in the Premier League, which is quite insane for a newly promoted side. Pablo Garcia could definitely be moved on next season. He only appeared 13 times this year, 9 times in the Premier League, whereas Adaramola just absolutely took over that spot and has been incredible. Honestly, such a good talent. But I just think even as a backup, I don't think Garcia is a good enough player. Emerson could definitely be moved on next season. I think Kerr as well. Kerr's definitely, in my opinion, coming to the end of just his entire career. I don't think Kerr's going to be able to play elsewhere. Even though he's only 30, could go for another few years. I just think it's time for him to sort of hang everything up. Sibic basically didn't miss a single game. Missed 1 Premier League game, which is just incredible from him. Stuff you love to see, the skipper sort of dragging us through tough times. He's now a 74 overall as well, which is mental. So I think Sibic will definitely stay next season. Josh Earl just kind of get into the team. I just don't think he's good enough. I know I only brought him in last year, but I just can't see where this guy fits into this team, apart from knowing that I have depth. But as you can see, I just never even used that depth in the first place. So I think him and Emerson, and especially Kirk, could be moved on. Seko actually only played 29 games. I rested him a lot in the Premier League because of we got Owen Bevan in, who I was trying to play a lot more. Obviously, with them only being on loan, I wanted them to sort of develop. We don't have the option to buy with Bevan, so he's probably just going back. We might bring him in if I do get rid of Kerr, Emerson and Earl. Bevan might come in. He's only going to be, quite cheap, a few million if that. Sessegnon definitely didn't play as much as I would have expected, mainly because of Nathan Patterson just being incredible. Honestly, such a good player. For the money he was spent as well, it was like 5 million or something. Well worth it. This guy right here has to join us permanently. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say about Dyer. He has to join us permanently. Look at that. His second term on loan, and he's managed that after an ACL injury as well. It's pretty impressive. Let's get him in permanently. Kai Payne, I think eventually he'll be moved on next season. I don't know why I haven't got rid of him. I just think there's not really much worth to him. I don't really think it'd even be worth getting rid of him. Potentially just release him from the team. But he's been out from the very start of the career mode and very, very rarely played for us. Harrison Armstrong, yet again, I think him and Weah, maybe Stephen Smith could be moved on. I think we've just got better midfielders this season, as you can see from like Gelhardt, who only joined us in January, by the way, has got 12 goals, 5 assists throughout this season so far. Absolutely incredible. And he managed to even play more than these 3 midfielders here. All 3 of these could be moved on next season. The only reason I would basically keep Armstrong is because he's only 20. The kid's still got loads of time to grow in this team, but definitely players like Weah and Smith could be moved on. They've not necessarily been terrible, but we're looking at deals for them. Theo Asgard, another good season. I'm very surprised that he isn't going massively up in rating, to be honest. He's still quite young, he's only 25, but he's averaged around these numbers in all 3 seasons now, and he has not really went up. I don't know why that is. Dynamic potential needs to kick in, surely. Divine, incredible season yet again. Didn't actually play as much as I would have thought. I think that's mainly because of when Gelhardt come in. Divine sort of snuck out of that attacking midfield spot. But yeah, a very solid season all round for him. Joshua Hobbs doing alright out on loan. Silko Thomas, I just feel bad for. He's not a bad player whatsoever. Definitely hoping to get Silko Thomas involved a bit more next season. Injuries have just been such a massive downfall for this guy. We know how good he can be. We know the potential on him. So I'm definitely going to get him involved a lot more. Chem Campbell, I'm actually happy that I'm pronouncing his name right now. Thank you to comments telling me otherwise. But what an unbelievable player he has been this season. 11 goals, 7 assists is just mental. In a Premier League season, that's crazy. And an average rating of 7 as well. You've got to think a lot of them games he is coming off the bench as well. Johnny Smith, I think, is on his way out. He's spent all of his time since January out on loan. He couldn't get into the team, and then I've sent him out on loan, and I don't even think he's been getting played over there either. I definitely think his time at Wigan's up, and it's such a shame because he was one of my favourite players coming up to the Premier League, but I suppose you do have to move on. Thomas Suslov, what a bowler, what a bowler. I'm pretty certain he's only missed 1 or 2 games this season. He played in every single Prem game. Mr. Consistent is what his name should be. But 15 goals, 11 assists, including, I think, 2 or 3 hat-tricks there as well. What an unbelievable talent he is. He's only 24 as well. This guy should be at this team for quite a long time. He absolutely ruined team's defences. Some of the goals he scored were incredible as well. His passing ability is just as good. What a player. You've got players like these coming up. Obviously, I managed to get Greaves just 1 game. Prior, Edward Woodhouse got 6 games this season, scored 3 goals, 1 assist, which is looking very promising. Made his debut at 16 years old, which is very good stuff. So we've definitely sort of set ourselves up for the future here in sort of as forwards. And then the strikers, Kyle Joseph, finishing a 3rd season in a row as Wigan's top goal scorer. 19 goals, 6 assists. Obviously, a lot worse than other seasons, but can you blame him? It's the Premier League season, and to get 16 goals in the Prem at 73 overall is very fucking solid. I'm over the moon with him. Obviously, Ricky J. Jones, we don't know what the future's like for this guy. He went down with an ACL injury as well. It's just such a shame. It really is, because he did play pretty well. He managed to get 7 games, 1 goal, 3 assists, was very solid off the right-hand side. I know it doesn't say he can play on the right-hand side, but that's where I was playing him, and that's where he was playing best until he went down injured, unfortunately. And then Zach Lovelace only played 6 times since January, bringing him in, scored twice in the FA Cup there. I think we'll just go back on loan, so we might need to look into bringing a backup striker next year. As for the board, I mean, we're looking pretty good as well. Manager popularity ratings at a 96, which is excellent. Domestic success, we avoided relegation. We got to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. The objective was the round of 16. Within 2 seasons of the Premier League, finished mid-table. Obviously, we've just done that. We've completed signing at least 2 players younger than 20 years old with the potential greater than the average overall of the players currently in the same position. We've done that. Signed 1 crucial first-team player signed at the midfielder position. I believe that might have been Gelhart in January. And then we didn't well, it says we've completed this, but I think it's because we might have unspent budget, but you can't really expect us to spend every single penny. I definitely tried my best, but I've left myself with 2 million, so unfortunately, I haven't completed that. I've done this, sell 2 players and signed 3 important players, but I just haven't finished the season without any unspent budget. I always thought, and I said this in the first episode, that that was such a stupid board objective. And this is how we are looking as a manager. Mr. Aaron Davies. 1 club, obviously. Nothing won just yet, but we've played 160 games. We've won 86 of them, drew 28 and lost 46, which is very solid. Someone work out the win percentage there, but it must be, maybe it's just over 50% of the games, I think. It might just be a little less. We've scored 312 goals, massive thanks to Huddersfield, and only conceded 176, massive thanks to Sam Tickle there. Our biggest win was 9-1 over Huddersfield. I think that was in the League One season. And then my biggest defeat was this season in the Premier League to Liverpool, which was 5-0 at Anfield. My biggest transfer fee is 10.4 million, that is Suslov. And as a manager, I've earned nearly 2 million. We have done a solid job here, and I would imagine if there's any Wigan fans watching, you'll be over the moon as well as me. I did say I would always come back to this. This is how the budget looks, and this is sort of how we've been going with transfers, everything that's going on. Prize money, by the way, includes our Premier League prize money, which we are getting 140 million from, which I think is just absolutely mental. But this is how we're looking. It doesn't look horrendous. We have spent 36 million on transfers. I want to spend less than that next season. I want this team to grow money-wise, financially. I want this team to grow. I've left myself only 2 million. We've spent so much. Player wages alone, 20 million. Transfers, 36.62 million. I think I need to spend less, and I know the team can't really get much better if you don't spend money, but look at how the team's done. And what I might try and do, at least for the first half of next season, is just stick with the same team. I might sign 1 or 2 players, but I'm not going to overdo it. I want to try and grow this club financially so we're better off in the future, even if we have to go through a few seasons of struggle. From that, I'm going to love yous and leave yous for another season. Roll on season 4. Let's hope we can try and push even further than 10th in the league. 56 points is the point tally to beat for next season. Let's go ahead and see if we can do it. If you have enjoyed this one, please smash a like button. Make sure you subscribe so you do not miss any of the future uploads to this channel. And I'll speak to all of yous at the start of season 4. Goodbye for now.